Broadcasting live from upstate New York, a technology talk show that puts you and your questions first. It's Tech Talk Live.
Yeah, baby, it's Tech Talk Live, coming to you live from upstate New York. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
And we're a computer talk show geared around you, the user. And if you want to give us a call with your computer question, or you just want to comment on something, or games, or photography, or anything else, give us a call, 315-220-0692, or email us at...
Email us at techtalkliveny@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Check us out on Facebook.
And Facebook.com/TechTalkLive.
And you also check us out on Twitter. I think we got a Twitter account.
And you can do a podcast if you want, download it or whatever.
Right? Absolutely.
So...
Fun times.
Any comments or whatever? I'm not glad to be back. Oh, thank you. I'm here.
I know. You're back. Oh, my God. From outer space.
Yeah. We left here and it was snowing, and when I got back, it was raining. So, I don't know. I don't know that hayfield up there. You should have built it and sold it to the Mennonites or something.
Something just got in my way, dude. I was just like, you know what? It's wet out. I squished across the field. I'm like, I'm not going to mow it. And then... you come home, but the day that you came home, I was looking at the field. I swear to God, that thing was probably...
And I got the mower stuck 3 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we need to come up with some new technology, like a hover mower.
Right.
Only it sucks it up instead of blowing down.
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
That's all good.
So how's everybody been? And hopefully that... I watched part of the show last week. And
This is the first time Snide's been on Snidecam, right?
No, second time.
Second time.
Well, you haven't been on you haven't been on. You've been on the big one, but you haven't been on. So now you get a big up close look at Snide's nose.
Yeah, you got my nose, or
well, yeah. There you go. Yeah, so we got boogers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of love the new technology.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's how you get a tissue to dance. You put a little boogie in it.
Right. Absolutely. You have more lines than anybody else. I redesigned all the cameras, so you'll be able to see the cameras this week, going back and forth and doing all that wonderful stuff. So,
well, I haven't got on here, so I can't.
Well, I don't want you to watch it while we're doing it.
Oh,
but you'll be able to watch the replay.
Oh, that sounds like something we're having later.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
Anyway, everybody have a good Mother's Day tomorrow, I hope. It's Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone out there.
Yep. I've been called a mother a few times myself, so...
Wow.
So
full of the one-liners today.
He is. I swear, it's like...
liners?
I got on board down there to Nashville to General Jackson, and I had to salute in order to get aboard.
Oh, wow.
So... Technology is wonderful. You know, the old steamships compared to what they were. And then they were telling about that boat, how they updated it. And they have two 3,000 horse powered diesel engines with that new iPod or pod turning motors.
Okay.
And both of them diesel engines produce 3,000 horsepower for electricity to run them pods.
Nice.
To drive it up the...
He missed me.
He missed you a lot. He's just like, oh, my God, you're back.
Okay. But that's, like I said, from the old steamship paddle wheel type thing to, a modernization of that boat, that ship or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, no, I asked a lot of questions while I was down there about different stuff like that.
Well, of course. You've always been curious. So
I just didn't want to know if the Aflac duck was in there. Got a sort of things on with the holes in the bottom of the boat.
You've watched too many commercials.
Aflac.
Right.
Save us. Give us a call. 315-220-0692. You got a computer question? Just want to talk about computers? Give us a call or email us. I'm looking at our email. As soon as you send it, I'll respond to it.
Okay, Brandon. I forget what his name was down in Pigeon Forge.
Mr. Brandon, yes, he was on our Facebook
he's a gamer,
page.
And like I said, if he's got a question or wants to just talk to us.
Well, it sounded like you had a main topic that he was quite interested in. So why don't you start off with that before I get everybody mad with my topic?
Wait a minute, let me. I gotta get on there. Just go ahead until I get.
Little incentive to give us a call in, get your name put into the drawing for.
Yes, we got a nice little drawing cup, you know,
Christmas cup.
Our drawings.
If you call in or email us, I'm going to extend it to the emails just because, you know, I think it would be a good idea for them to get in that way as well.
User participation.
Yeah, if you participate in this live show during the live recording, we will put your name in a cup, and you will possibly get a 8 gigabyte USB thumb drive from Penny, PNY. And Snide's holding it up in front of his face right there.
Is that good enough?
That's beautiful. We like these brands because they're the flip open. And then I had another 8 gigabyte, a small one that I was going to try to give away for the probably the first person who ever calls in.
First person calls in. How about the first mother who calls in today's show?
Yeah. Hey, first mother to call into today's show and talk about something technology-wise or ask something technology-wise, and we can wish her a happy Mother's Day. We'll give that to her. How's
there you
that?
go. Sounds good to me.
Okay, now here's I says, you know, I got searching for something. I was just out of it because I got back Wednesday night late and trying to get back into the rhythm of searching and looking for things, you know, new technology.
When's that any different than any other time?
Right.
No, well, I'm always searching for something. Let's see. I come across an article here about in popularscience.com.
Yeah.
Technology, and it starts out my 3 hours with the most violent video game I ever seen.
Uh-oh.
Sniper Elite V2.
Wow.
Hyper realistic, surgical, accurate kill cam feature takes you inside your victim's body to see precisely how your bullet will end his life. Will gamers embrace this gore?
Absolutely.
Or is it the kill cam and step over the line? Okay, there's
the topic. There's the question,
That's a
right?
good topic.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So is gaming gotten to a point where gamers are gonna say, "Ew, this is too far," or
blood and guts and gory like Doom? Oh.
Yeah.
18 and older, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. You know what? Seth might know. We'll have to run, during break, we'll run up and ask him if he knows about that one.
Sniper Elite V2s, hyper realistic.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, speaking from a gamer standpoint, I have yet to come across anything that has ever grossed me out too much, other than maybe 3 games in the entire history of gaming, and that's oh god, I can't remember them now because the Deep Space one.
Deep Space Nine.
No,
I don't remember what it is.
No, it's oh shoot! If Seth was here, he'd rattle the games right off, just no problem. But
He is here. He's upstairs.
Resident Evil is one of the ones that I can't play because it's just too much over the top for me. Now the typical stuff that everybody keeps complaining about, like Grand Theft Auto, I'm all into that.
I loved Grand Theft Auto.
I know it's great, ain't it?
So,
you know, Grand Theft Auto is graphic, but you know, at the same time, it's not so over the top that it grosses you out.
You got one that you're gored, or I mean, can't use or do or what?
And I particularly just stay away from them because little one's in the house. I don't want to get him getting his hands on it, so I. Oh,
there's a little one.
There's a little one.
Okay.
He's attacked. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's space aliens.
Oscar,
come on.
I haven't really found any myself that I really couldn't do or couldn't play. I found a lot of them that were hard to get into to play and beat them, or get to that point of strategy where your mind is thinking, how can I defeat this computer or game, and it's some of them are pretty tough. So anyway, nobody wants to call in about this. Is the kill cam?
Is the kill cam
too
step much?
Over the line?
I don't think so. The kill cam has been around for a long time. The question is how graphic it gets.
Right.
Well, I remember you used to push a button and you'd follow the bullet for the kill cam.
That's the kill cam. Yeah, that's the concept of the kill cam. I think the same thing applies to this, except for this, you're actually watching it rip through the person's body.
You're watching the trauma live as it occurs.
And,
now could that affect? Now, here's the thing: could that affect a developing mind? Absolutely. Could that affect a disturbed mind? Absolutely. You know, but typically the general consensus and general populace, I don't think it has much of an effect on. You know, and all these people that keep coming out of the woodwork that say, "Oh my God, Grand Theft Auto is the worst thing since sliced bread." This Kelcam, well, we got to put a, you know, they can't publish this. We need to censor it. You know, our kids can't get a hold of this. Well, here's the thing.
Remember back when we were doing a show?
Yeah.
On
radio,
we were saying about the ratings.
Yeah, the rating setting.
That's when the ratings first come out, and we said, you know, we were trying to rate each game at that time.
Yeah, where would you put that game? Or
How about just good parenting?
That's where I was going with it. That's where I was going with it.
Thinking.
You know, I mean, starting off with good parenting, you know, this is not like booze or cigarettes or some other thing where they're going to be exposed to it through other
Sneaking
people.
out of the house and hanging out with their friends and peer pressure.
Right. Okay. Yeah. They might. Yeah, they might end up getting a game out. You know, getting exposed to a game out and about, but they're going to come home and be like, "Hey, daddy, I want Grand Theft Auto."
Yeah.
No, right. And then you explain to them why, and you give them good. You know, you take the good parenting skills to the right level and say, "This is fantasy, this is reality." When you get old enough to determine those two things, we'll let you have the game. You know, so I think that's really where the key here, and I think that's where a lot of people mistake. You know, good parenting versus making laws to ban content.
Right.
You know.
But there was a couple other games, but they're buried in this whole article.
Yeah.
So popularscience.com, but like I was saying, gaming and that, and I just was hoping that somebody would call in, like Brandon or somebody.
Yeah, maybe Brandon's watching. He might want to call in. Hey, give us a call, 315-220-0692.
But
long distance phone call from him, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah,
not on your web or on your cell phone.
Well, it depends on what they got.
Yeah, Pigeon Forge. So, but I talked to him for quite a bit, and he seemed like a pretty good savvy guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I thought maybe you could add content to the show.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was trying to encourage him to call. But anyway, there's more games in here, or more about games in here. But you know, we get back into technology of things, and like I said, now here we got a golf ball inspired a Nike tracksuit has speed holes for speed. For speed. This Nike tracksuit, you know, they put on them skin tight suits and things.
Yeah, like the neoprene suits.
Got those little indentations like a golf ball, you know.
And that supposedly moves you faster.
And according to the article, which sounds like the name of a Hot Wheels player set, the ultra lightweight track suit designed to help sprinters reach the extra height. Oddly, it's inspired by a golf ball, which is why it has so
Jeez, I can think of some people I saw at Walmart last night that could probably put that suit on and look like a golf ball.
Careful.
Technology.
I'm sorry. When somebody sits there and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to look right in the cam and you know who I'm speaking to. If you're sitting here and you're 280, 300, 350 pounds, okay, and you put spandex on and go out in public and wonder why you're getting ridiculed, I've got no sympathy for you.
Sorry, I just see one when I come across the bridge to come down here.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
In an electric cart, and he needs to get out of that cart and exercise and leave the Pepsi alone.
Well, whatever. But, I mean, I'm talking about...
You're talking about the Walmart emails that you get with all the pictures of the people at Walmart.
We have a couple around this area that would fit that perfectly.
Yeah, I got that.
If they got one of those Speedo things with the bumps on it and it was white, they would look like a golf ball, just a big golf ball.
Just trying to get more aerodynamic. More lift, you know?
But like I say, not to bring Dr. Oz into this, but like I said, there was a guy up in Rochester that weighed 380 pounds, and he took up Dr. Oz's advice, and he lost the weight. So now he can wear the Speedo suit.
I don't believe anybody can wear a Speedo suit, but that's okay. That's my problem.
If you're Mark Phelps or whatever.
I still don't want to see every crook and cranny. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's too little to the imagination.
But anyway, let me scroll down here to some other thing.
Oh my God! Is that a pimple on his butt?
The new Pentagon. That's fictional drone from the cool unreleased video games sure looks cool. You know, the ones with the four blades out here. You know what I mean? They're going to try to design and build that type of airplane. Arts imitate.
Are you following that?
No, I'm trying to figure out what you was.
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so
let me say, Call of Duty.
Okay,
the Call of Duty, the airplane that's in there, it got the four.
Oh, it's got the four helicopter, smaller helicopter blades where it lifts off and takes off, and it can. I see that.
All right,
but I was just trying to think of the game that I played that had them in, you know, and then I read here, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty or Command and Conquer had the same thing.
Yeah.
So StarCraft has the same thing.
But now the Pentagon wants to initiate these and make it into a real life entity. Doing the imitating is the Pentagon, a fictional drone from a video game that hasn't ever been released yet, has inspired DoD office to consider pursuing the same drone in real life.
Wow. Nice.
So,
Ba-dong. At the sound of the tone.
So we got how many minutes?
How long have we got to go on this here now?
We still got almost 10 minutes, and we just got a new comment from, I think Robbie is on Mixler.
I'm gonna have to fire up Mixler, I guess.
But
good morning, all. How's the Goof Troop?
How's the Goof Troop?
Goof Troop.
But no, I thought that was pretty interesting. Now all of a sudden we can't have a national defense missile system because Korea and them countries can hit the United States. But now we're going to develop something like this.
You know, I'm gonna let's get philosophical for a minute, okay? You know, we'll move away from the technology and go. Maybe we'll kick up the philosophical button just for a few seconds.
One. Sorry. Done. Next.
Okay, next. Moving on. Thanks a lot.
No. Proceed.
Well, think about it. Okay, if you look back at any creative works like Deep Space Nine and Star Trek, okay. I'm watching all those episodes now that we got Amazon Prime. Nice service. You just stream what you want to watch. So I'm watching all the episodes of Deep Space Nine because I missed a lot of them. So I'm like, I'll just go back through them all and da-da-da-da. And I came across one of the episodes where the crew goes from 2350 back in time to 2024, which of course we're coming up on very quickly. And I have always been a firm believer that the creative juices that flow through people to tell stories sometimes are things that are just bound to come true at some point in time, or parts of it to come true at some point in time. And what you're talking about right now is exactly what I was thinking. Command and Conquer had those type of drones where they were all helicopter blades. They fly up, they move over. Who inspired that? Was it the story, or is it just all of a sudden out of nowhere they're deciding, hey, let's build this? It's weird to think about that.
Well, just like the stealth bomber and the stealth aircraft and the fighter jets and all this, radar doesn't detect them. Now, how long is it going to be before technology starts with a radar that will detect them?
Right.
We're continuing with technology to advance the technology along.
Yeah.
So if they create something, it took years to create, now they're going to create some kind of detection,
Right.
So,
I mean,
there's always a need to improve ourselves.
Right. Well,
defense and technology.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's just kind of weird that, some of the things that I grew up with, some of the stories that I got told, on TV or in games.
Or by Snide.
Snide never told stories. He always had one-liners.
Toss the cat.
Toss the cat. Okay.
That was technology.
That was technology. Oh, my God.
But that's where you had to type it in, though, remember?
Right.
Oh. I remember sitting with you on that game. We had to program our own game. We had to write in every single line of code and then debug it and make sure that all the commas were where they needed to be, all the hexadecimal numbers were where they needed to be, so on and so forth. it took me and Snide out of the Commodore 64 book, and it was called Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts out of Run magazine.
Right, and it was, 10, 15 pages of code.
No, about 3 pages, but I mean, it was double column.
Yeah, it was
double column. It took about 3 hours to put it in.
Yeah, and then we finally got it in, and we saved it to a floppy disk, and then we could run it. Man, let me tell you.
Disk.
Could you imagine that?
5.5 floppy.
Yeah,
right.
And this was such a pixelated game. I mean, everything was just pixelated. But I mean, the artists that built those pixels made it believable enough that you were this little Highland guy that was swinging a cat around and doing like the discus toss with a cat. Yeah, right. And that's what it would do. Yeah, and if you hit the wall, it exploded into like these little red dots that look,
right.
You know, you use your imagination. And
no animals were harmed in this production.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, besides the virtual ones, but I mean, you know, but where were we? We lost track of where were we? Oh, okay. Well, the philosophy based on it. Okay. You know, all the stories growing up, you know, and all these different things, you start going, you know, it just makes you kind of go, okay, all of a sudden now, hey, we're going to have the
reality.
Yeah, this is going to be a reality at some point, you know?
Now, a video, bizarrely realistic Japanese robot buttocks responds to a slap.
What?
That's what it said.
Did you just say buttocks?
Buttocks is what I said. And when I see that, I just lost it.
You had to save it.
So anyway, I had to go here, and here's
a robotic buttocks in response to a slap.
Here's how all that in the University of Electrocommunications described this project. Shiro, S-H-I-R-I, Shira, is a buttocks humanoid robot that expresses various emotions and organic movements of the artificial muscles. It is designed to respond to a slap, caresses, and the finger pokes. It is super weird. It says, and I had to laugh when I read that. And I went on to read the rest of the article, but it's you know, they're making all these prostheses so that they're, you know, it's like the hand that they had. No, here we go with technology.
I'm good with that, but I'm just thinking, why did they start with the buttocks?
Well, they didn't start with the buttocks. Yeah, right. They're just using that like the hands. You know, they get the hands, and now they got sensors in the fingertips, so that you know how hard you're squeezing the, you know, the cup, the styrofoam cup, so you don't crush it. You know what I mean? It's the technology of this stuff is getting better.
Squish. Yeah. Squish. Anyway.
I love the Japanese.
Is that who's making it?
I'm sure.
Well.
But anyway.
I'm just thinking, why did they start with the butt?
You haven't seen that technology in the United States yet.
Oh my God, could you imagine? You know? I mean, could you imagine, you know, virtual
never mind.
boyfriends?
I'm not gonna get into that. I got into something this morning that I just I couldn't take it anymore. About technology.
Oh, you must have went with Fred, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How come I can only get 6 things open? And he says, where do they go? They're not listed across.
Oh, don't start. I don't want to hear it.
And I kept telling him.
Hey, you go to breakfast with him, man.
And he says, I just kept telling him his machine don't have enough memory to open up any more than 6.
Right.
And he wouldn't listen.
All right, we got 2 minutes, so let's do some closing thoughts for this segment, and then we'll go to break.
I got tons of these things.
I know you got tons, so shut up for a minute. Jesus, let somebody else talk.
No, I'm just going to say, give us a call, 315-220-0692. Any mother out there, first one who gives us a call.
Any brother from another mother, too.
Right.
So
win yourself a thumb drive.
All right.
Okay.
And if you want to give us a call, or if you want to shoot us an email, I'm all good with an email too. We'll put your name in the pot. I know I keep putting my hand up here and I keep blocking my face. I gotta learn not to do that. So
anyway, this
not like I'm that pretty.
PopularScience.com, you know what I mean, is where I'm getting a lot of this information. And I was really, when I just kept researching, and the further I went, and I'd done about 5 pages on research, and I says, enough's enough. I got to stop.
Right.
I think I got enough that I can do
Well,
the show.
Absolutely. I ended up doing, you know, the next segment's going to be interesting because, I mean, I ended up just taking one article, and it's flopped me through probably 6 different topics.
Nice.
And it's like, okay, I'm only going to touch on these, and maybe at future shows we'll talk about it a little bit more when things start progressing. But I'm not going to do too much more.
And Robbie says that brings back memories of my first experience of using computers, the old DS-180s.
Was that when the computers used to vibrate and hum all the time?
Probably. Anyway.
Well, I used 888s was my first outside of
all right, guys, it's 11:25, so we got to go to break. So you've been listening to Tech Talk Live. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
And we'll be right back after these brief messages.
Sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it at fingerlakes1.com. Come on over to fingerlakes1.com. Like us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
You're listening to Free Music by Dano. Download free MP3s at danosongs.com.
And we're back
with Tech Talk Live
with your hosts.
I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
And we're not on the air yet.
Yeah, we are. Oh, we're on the air. I think it's so funny. I did the intros and the outros, so now the break has that for an out and then an in, so we can talk over it. But I got to remember to move over and click on it. That's all. So.
What you do now to shut it off?
Well, no, it fades out, so that we're back to the show. Okay. So, hey, you're listening to Tech Talk Live. We're a technology talk show.
Yeah, in Studio B, basement, 3rd floor down.
Yeah.
In the heart of the Finger Lakes.
Yes, we're broadcasting live from upstate New York.
Okay.
Give us a call, 315-220-0692. Get your name thrown in for a drawing. First mother to give us a call.
Yep.
It's a free USB thumb drive or flash drive, whatever you want to call it. 8 gigabytes, wrong one. They're going to get the pretty blue one.
Oh, the pretty blue one.
Pretty blue one for the mother.
Mother's Day. No mother has called in. So
I couldn't find a pink one.
So what do we do with
So there you go. Snide's holding it up on his cam there. So,
and if nobody calls in, JJ gets it.
Well, there you go.
Maybe
we'll just hold it on until next week then.
Yeah, we'll be like we break one finger at a time.
We'll have to save it for Father's Day next.
Well, there you go.
And over these cold, dead hands, right? That you're going to pry it out of mine.
Yeah, well, that's what it probably end up being, right?
So, okay, who's next? That we covered the games and some other technology in the first half.
Yeah, that was good.
And I was hoping that we could get some response to that and some call-ins, but...
Well, the recent topics have been, we've been talking about privacy and a couple of things that have gone on in the, the court systems where, things just are getting weird out there. And I think that was one of my topics was I started taking the whole privacy thing to the next level and saying, okay, what is really going on in these recent times? And I got to say, there's some really weird stuff happening. And I guess I don't even know where to start. So let me start. I guess I'll just start, and I'll try to move through it quickly. And then, if people got questions or comments, or if you guys got questions, comments, just yell at me, and I'll stop for a minute and we'll talk.
Send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email, techtalkliveny@gmail.com, and we'll read your comment right on the air if you like. So this last week, the federal government, there was an article on Yahoo that basically said about 4 different ways that the federal government is spying on private citizens. And well, I see this as a very opinionated post. It does raise some interesting questions that kind of worry me. The number one top thing is the NSA. Basically, they have this top secret building, or it sounds like they got this top secret building that's not so top secret anymore, that is basically going to house a data center that's going to collect email, Facebook posts, any type of transactions you do online, and process it with algorithms to find out if you're doing any type of terrorist activities. And that's wonderful. It's a $2 billion facility. It's slated to be completed in 2013, and it is allegedly supposed to be able to process... I'm trying to figure out how to even pronounce this because I don't usually... I have never gone past a terabyte, so... a yottabyte. Y-O-T-T-A.
Star Wars?
That's what I was thinking.
Right? Future.
May the force be with you.
Right.
But, the concept is that there's so much data out there that's flopping around. Everybody that does everything, the packets that are flying back and forth, and there's just so much information that's flying back and forth. You're doing your online banking, you're doing your email, and so on and so forth. Most people had a reasonable expected amount of privacy with their email. Well, this basically blows that right away because your emails will be stored and then algorithmed. And if me and Snide were talking,
must be checking on like keywords, type deal,
like a vector almost.
Does it store it?
Yes, that's the other problem.
And they're not getting rid of it. They're just like
nothing says that they're going to get rid of it. And I would love to see the policies on this place because
it's processing it, looking for the terrorist information, then
dumping it.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
But they're not. They're going to store it on one of your. Whatever you got there.
Yeah, it's not one of that. It's a lot bigger than that.
It's going to store on a big cloud.
Bigger than that.
Well,
So
I
they
guess
can review anything anytime that they want to go back and look at something.
possibly, yes. I don't know. I don't have any more data on it. I mean, it's such a. I've been looking for more data on this, and Yahoo's the only place that had any information on it, and so I tend to take a step back, like I always tell you when we're talking. When me and Snide do our lunches or whatever. I always try to take a step back and say, well, is it really true or isn't it true? There's probably some amount of truth to this. The question comes down to is how much truth and what are the policies and procedures that these people are going to follow? And is this a complete violation of your expected privacy while you're online?
Some of these comments that are made, not so much comments, but the articles of commentaries, commentaries that I read, and they bring up a lot of skepticism from me. And then I go and start researching a little more, and then I find out whether half-truth, bogus, or full of truth. And it's just like you were saying about storing all this stuff that I'm trying to think, was it $12 billion that they're making? It's costing us for this internet spy program
for the NSA.
Yes,
this is $2 billion. $2 billion. $2 billion is slated to complete the building, the data center, and the servers and stuff to process a yottabyte worth of data.
No, what's that? Is that bigger than a terabyte?
The yottabyte is like, I think it's more than. I think it's 10. It's 10 to the 24th bit. Or bytes.
Megabyte.
So I'm assuming 10. So you got the first two would be kilo. The next two would be mega. The next two would be tera. The next two would be maybe yottabyte is the next one.
Right.
I think there's one in between yottabyte and terabyte. To be perfectly honest, isn't that sad? I mean, I've never even bothered going that far.
We're going to have to start checking for rabies, aren't we?
Right.
I was actually thinking more checking for cysts or something, or maybe Darth Vader.
But
oh, wait a minute! I forgot I downloaded that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you did the 3 different cams now.
Yottabyte, a unit of information equal to 1,000 zettabytes, or 10 to the 24 bytes.
Okay, and then zettabytes would be in between terabyte, zettabyte, and then yottabyte, right?
Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte.
Now, what's a
okay?
petabyte?
So yottabyte's right up there,
and yottabyte's
I
top
totally
one.
Wrong.
So if you got to a petabyte, you got to go up to a yottabyte, which is higher. Nasty.
Actually,
get out of here! Get out of here!
Wow.
Oh my God! If we petabyte. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
So
hang on a second.
We got all 3 webcams, or 4 webcams. You got that one up there too now.
Yep, we got 4 webcams going all.
And hit it.
I thought I did hit it, but evidently it's not going to go. Oh, there you go. Here comes the yottabyte.
Yeah.
This is just for our friend Peter.
Yes. Salute to Peter.
That was cute.
Very nice.
I got so much running on this computer; it's so slow.
So anyway, on the amount of storage, and how many other yottabytes are they going to have? It's not just that you just have 1 yottabyte. You can have probably 15, 20 yottabytes going.
Right, absolutely.
So that means that it can cover even what's coming in from outer space. Ooh.
A yottabyte is 1,000 to the 8th power, according to Wikipedia.
Or 10 to the 24th bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
well,
means,
byte is 8, so
that means
10...
comma,
7,
8.
No,
there's
a lot of commas. There's a lot of zeros in
1, 2, 3,
I was saying
4,
8
5,
commas,
6,
8
7,
byte, right?
8 commas, yeah.
Yeah. 8 commas. 8 commas. So 8 times 3. That's 24 commas in there.
So
they're much bigger. So,
but I'm just trying to use 8 commas to the power of 10, right?
well, no, the commas. No, we're just saying the commas break out the numbers.
Power
so,
or 8 to the power of 1,000, right? 1,000.
Right.
So that's just 1 comma.
Right, that would be
Right.
one
to the
number.
8th power
Yes.
So,
times the.
Well, however many, 2, 10,
Boy,
I don't know.
hey, we're out of school with this math.
Right.
Holy cow.
No wonder I need a scientific calculator to figure this out.
Well, it's getting nuts. I mean, it's getting close to Star Trek. I mean, could you imagine a Yoda bite? You could probably document every single cell in a human body and then transport them over a tachyon beam and have a transporter from here to
And then
San
reassemble?
Francisco. Yeah, and reassemble them. I mean, could you imagine it?
Well, that would be almost like snowflakes fall from heaven. They're snowmen unassembled.
Oh, right.
So,
what
Okay.
other information do you have on that?
Well, I mean, that was number one. I mean, the other 4 ways was the FBI maintains a detailed file on numerous public and semi-public and private figures. So probably I know you got a file someplace.
I do.
Poor Snide.
If you don't like my picture here, go to the post office.
Is that the missing person one?
No, it ain't a milk carton because
vulnerable adult.
they already threw that one out.
But no, I mean, I just thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, that's not really a high-tech way that they might have, but, one of the things that was really interesting, which maybe the Mac people would find interesting, I should say, is that the former Apple CEO, Steve Jobs, had an FBI file on him because he was going to work for the administration for George H.W. Bush in 1991. The FBI compiled a massive file on him, including the fact that Jobs had a GPA of 2.65, his history of marijuana and LSD usage, and his tendencies to distort reality and to twist the truth in order to achieve his goals. Now, if that's not a weird thing to publish in part of a story about the FBI, I don't know. I mean, I like Steve Jobs, but you kind of wonder where he got his ideas from.
Look at the success he's had, though.
Right.
That fits a lot of people in Washington.
Robbie just got lost about 4 minutes ago, he says.
Oh, I
got
see
lost.
that. Yeah, I think. I guess.
Oh, about the Giga and the Mega and the Yoda and
we were lost too, Robbie.
Patty
I'm
too
sorry.
and all that stuff.
It's just unfathomable that we're actually talking about Yoda bites all of a sudden.
Right.
I mean,
After talking Star Wars yesterday.
Technology.
Last week.
But we were talking about 5.5 discs. How much they could? Only 350K.
Right.
Now we're talking about Yoda bites. That just think of how many of them discs would be on that.
I don't want to think.
You could
I'm tired of thinking on that
fill
one.
this Studio B with 5.25 discs and still not fill that thing up.
Probably not. There would be enough plastic in here to kill a horse. Anyway, Homeland Security is reading your tweets, Facebook status messages, and any other social media posts that are made public, looking for terrorists. Of course, Homeland Security has got that wonderful mentality.
They got a lot of money, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I just read about Secret Service this morning about looking into people. So, but like you said, Homeland Security, they're not doing their job. It should be abolished. I don't care how much money they got. They're not doing their job. When I go on a boat and get searched, almost being strip searched, that's only going to go out into international waters. I don't have my passport to get back into this country, but I'm almost strip searched to go out there on that boat. Can't even take a bottle of water with me.
Right. I don't think that's Homeland Security. I think that's
the NSA.
That's the TSA.
TSA, that's it.
TSA, yeah.
Yep.
Which is part of the
but
NSA.
it's still part of Homeland Security.
Well, they're kind of different, but I think the big thing is I feel your pain. I really think that we've taken the terrorism, the whole Elmer Fudd thing beyond belief. The whole, shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting terrorists. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
What?
Do that again.
Did you like that?
I did.
Was it good?
It was.
Thank you. Now, if I could just do Yoda, we could do the Yoda bite thing.
Right.
But I think they've just taken this thing way overboard. I mean, I'm all for security. I want to feel safe and secure to a point, but I don't want to be oppressed to the other point.
My point I was trying to make was Homeland Security is supposed to be taking care of our country and securing our borders and so on and so forth, and points of entry into this country, and they're not doing their job. Period.
To your opinion.
And it's just like I say, now this is going out on the net, and I'm going to be You know, they stored it in that Yoda bite. And,
there you go. Maybe they'll put an FBI file on it.
They probably got one already on
Here,
me.
smile for the camera, Snide.
Yeah, really.
Anyhow, okay, so moving on. One of the things coming down the pike, which really kind of bugs me, is that there's a couple of pieces of legislation that are kind of floating out there, but nobody's really kind of pushing forward anymore. But it's kind of scary that they still exist. They haven't been abolished. And those two pieces of legislation could force your ISP to maintain a log of where you go, what you surf, what you look at, and then hand it over to some agency, whatever agency that would be, Homeland Security, NSA, TSA, you know, so on and so forth. So we're going to empower our ISPs to...
They're already monitoring us when they do that. If you go look, like, pipe bomb, how to build a pipe bomb. Red flag, down Albany.
Right.
Homeland Security, hello.
Yep.
We're already following you. We're already tracking you.
Well, I suppose if you do it enough and it shows up, sure. I mean, if you do it once, I don't think anybody's going to come after you. You know.
No, probably not.
It'll red flag it, but I mean, if you do, you got 2 or 3 red flags.
But
you
see,
know what I mean?
I think that's the big thing that people don't get is that, you know, our privacy is on the internet. There's no such thing as privacy. Well, I'm sorry that there should be some form of privacy. The question is what? They shouldn't be able to get my bank account numbers or my passwords or stuff like that, or, you know, because, I mean, think about it. I mean, if these places are storing it and these logs are being shipped off to someplace else, who says that Anonymous can't sneak in there someplace or get in between here and there, and now they have a free game to just go ahead and take anything from Snide, from JJ, from Flipper, ruin their reputation. You know, I mean, it's just, it's too much the other direction, I think. You know, if it didn't exist, Anonymous wouldn't be able to hack it. If it does exist, it's a possibility that it's going to hack, and they're all going to be just like the Apple users. They're going to be like, oh, they'll never do it.
Right,
we have some of the best people to ever, you know.
Right, best security.
Well, it's just like I say. Here we go with security. These hackers.
Yeah.
Are they catching them? No, they're not.
Yeah, they caught 3.
But how about the people that are committing all these viruses and all that stuff?
Now, that's another question.
Doing damage to computers and things on the internet and in the whole 9 yards, and they're not doing anything about it. They're not. All they're doing is, don't do that again.
Well, you know, the other problem
And the first thing we're going to do is change our password.
Right, that's the first thing you should do. Absolutely. Snide.
Sorry it was there.
Smile.
Anyway,
no, but
comment on what we're talking about. Give us a call, 315-220-0692.
Or give us an email.
Security. We're open to emails.
Well, absolutely. That's the whole point. But, you know, the big thing that I get really upset with is that you have a good point about that, is that, you know, people in general, you know, both of you have good points. People in general tend to think it's never going to happen to me. It's not going to be me. Or I take good precautions. I got news for you. Even some of the best of us can get hacked. It's not even a question of that.
And it's just like talking between you and I off the air, over in the corner, and some third-party person like JJ overhears us and turns us in because we said something derogative about our country.
Right. Or even if we did say we were talking about a pipe bomb.
Right.
But I was using JJ as an example. It could be out in a restaurant or someplace else.
Right. Oh, my God. Tech Talk Live's got a terrorist problem. You know, whatever. But, I think the big thing that I was trying to get at was it was the interesting thought process of the mentality or the philosophy or the way the people are thinking, like the Apple people. Oh, it'll never happen to Apple. Apple's safe and secure. And then all of a sudden in the news, we get a 600,000 computer botnet. I mean, come on. We have to take the initiative and say, no, we're not going to accept that mentality. We're going to do it different. And people don't typically.
Now, everybody thinks this malware and spyware is safe. Huh? Guess what I downloaded?
I don't know. What did you download?
I downloaded Stinger.
Yeah. Oh, you found a new copy of it?
Yeah, they update probably once a week.
Well, that's good.
And you just go online and Stinger, find your Stinger, McAfee Stinger, and then you run it. I didn't know I had 16,300
possible infections
that they cleaned up. They cleaned up. And here I got all this protection on my computer and always looking for this stuff. all of a sudden I had 16 of this malware stuff that's embedded.
That makes me question, though. I mean, what was it? Was it cookies? Was it whatever? Blah, 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 blah.
It could have been anything. You know what I mean?
So.
It could have been cookies as one.
We got 5 minutes. Let's give JJ a chance.
5 minutes. That's all I got, really.
5 minutes?
That's all you got?
Yeah, information.
All right. Well, I want to know about this pet thing.
This pet thing.
Well, you were going to show
It's
some
the
pet
best
love.
thing to texting your pooch is getting an alert when they go astray.
What?
I said the next best thing is texting your pooch.
Yeah, being like, hey, where are you?
Yeah, is getting an alert when they go astray. It's not stalking, you know.
You can put that one on your kid too, can't you?
You probably could. Actually, if you got a mischievous pet with a habit of stepping out, you may be interested in Tag, T-A-G-G, a pet tracking system that uses GPS, data, email, texting, and a handful of apps to help you keep tabs on your tabby. Your tabby cat.
Tabby.
Right.
I'm getting one for you, too.
It's a $99 starter kit. Comes with a passive tracking attachment for the collar and at-home unit that includes a short-range radio.
Now they're going to be sewing them in your girlfriend's underwear to find out where she is. Huh?
Wow. Anyway,
you could use them for a lot of things, couldn't you?
I'm sure the Secret Service would like that one for the prostitutes down that they bought there, you know.
Right.
Hey, they went astray. They're ours. Get out of here.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That was there you go. Now we're on the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
You know, if Fido leaves your perimeter of your home, the collar tracker awakens. If he strays too far, up to 5 people received a text message and or email alert. And you can also keep an eye on your furry friend using either an Android app or an iPhone app.
So I'm taking this is probably an internet-based or you put it on your home network and then it signs out to the internet so it can send the stuff.
Mobile web through any website.
Oh, okay.
You choose to use.
And GPS
and
tracking.
then probably the GPS collar tells it how far away from the main base station, wherever you put it.
Yep.
Right.
And they're, of course, using Verizon, not Verizon's network.
Right.
To do it. So.
Oh, my dear God, I can see the employee implementations. Could you imagine that?
Then you get that leash and you hook it up and you lead the cat or dog back home.
Right, there you go,
home.
right?
Automatic robotic leash.
Well, there you go. Laser leash.
Actually, it costs nothing. There's no cost ensued for the first 3 months. For the first 3 months,
what's the cost?
$7.95 every month thereafter.
So small service.
Yeah, 95 cents for any additional pet, and there's no contracts.
Right.
$95 per month.
No, one-time fee of $99.
It's a starter kit.
Starter kit.
So the equipment.
Right, $7.95 a month thereafter after the first 3.
Well, $7.95 isn't bad,
especially if you have a pet that you really care about.
You imagine, vulnerable adults, walk away. You could.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Velcro this tracking device on.
Right.
On their sneakers,
and then if it goes away too far,
ankle.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when we're worried about Snide.
Right. There's more.
And he has his episodes.
Right. There's more possibilities to this.
I don't have Alzheimer's. I can be out 5 miles and I still make it home.
Oh, well, yeah. That's bad.
I think it's very cost-effective way of
dealing with it. Yeah, absolutely.
Dealing with issues of people walking away and stuff.
I wonder if I could get one for Fred.
Oh, I don't. Why would you want to know where he is?
Right.
I wouldn't want to know where he is.
Well, there you go.
So anyway, did I kill my 5 minutes? I think
not quite.
Just about.
Still got one more minute. So anyway, hey,
nobody wants to call in for this. Free...
Well, we could always close the show at this point because we're pretty darn close, and we could just talk about the different pieces here. So you've been listening to Tech Talk Live. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
And we're a computer talk show on every Saturday morning, 11 to 12. 11 to 10. Look at that. I went backwards. 11 to 12 Eastern Time. If you want to give us a call, you can call us at
1-315-220-0692. Or
if you want to do the email, you can get us at
techtalkliveny@gmail.com or find us on...
You can check us out on fingerlakes1.com or fingerlakes1.tv. We're broadcasting live there now.
And anything, technology, cameras, automobiles, anything that you want to talk about technology, we'll
talk about.
We'll discuss it.
Give us a call.
Absolutely.
And find us on Facebook and like us.
Yes, definitely. Facebook, like us. Now. We're out of here.
See ya.
See ya.
been listening to your technology talk show. Tune in next time to Tech Talk Live.